What's up, y'all? I'm back, and this time with another thing that I haven't done in a while, which is going to be a cooking video. Now, cooking is honestly very important to me, and it's something that a lot of people, mainly my girlfriend, has told me a lot is something that I'm really good at and that I should kind of pursue more. And I'm actually going to be going to school for culinary come spring. Hopefully y'all enjoy these, because there's going to be a lot more of these types of videos. When I was over in Sweden, I did a lot of cooking, especially on the farms. I cooked all the meals there whenever we would eat together, and I was actually kind of elected to cook most of the time by the actual hosts that we had. They would tell me to just go pick some stuff and go cook in their kitchen so that we could all have a nice lunch because they really enjoyed my cooking. I should have taken more hint into that. But it's Thanksgiving Day, and we're going to be actually going to my brother and sister-in-law's house over in Orlando. What I'm going to prepare to bring over is vegan shepherd's pie. And with cooking, I really love making things especially vegan and gluten-free because I want to try to move in the direction of being as vegan as possible. And also my girlfriend has diet issues and needs to eat gluten-free as much as possible because it really messes with her. That's kind of all of that. Let's just kind of go ahead and get into the cooking. I've prepped all the ingredients already. Down in the description below, I'm going to put all the actual measurements of everything that I put in here, because most everything I'm doing is by eye, but there is a base recipe that I'm going from, but I've tweaked it a little bit, which is going to be Alton Brown's recipe, and I've made it vegan and also substituted some of my own things that I enjoy more of in certain quantities in the dish, sort of like certain spices and stuff. So let's go ahead and get into that. Now for the meat filling, I'm using some Veggie Mints. Typically I use Gardein, but I'm using Morningstar here because they were sold out. Probably because of vegan Thanksgiving. Some diced onions and carrots, some fresh green beans, peas and corn, which you could use fresh or frozen, some fresh rosemary and chop it up real fine to toss in there, some thyme, dry or fresh, and then for the sauce, we have some vegan Worcestershire sauce plus some soy sauce, as I'm a little low on the Worcestershire, veggie stock, which I add a little bit of turmeric and some nutritional yeast for flavoring and color to make it more like a chicken stock, some fresh minced garlic, tomato paste, some flour in order to make kind of like a gravy-like sauce. Now here I'm using some gluten-free 1-to-1 flour, as mentioned previously because of my girlfriend's dietary issues, and then also some salt and pepper to taste. Now for the potato layer up top, we of course have some potatoes. I'm using some Honey Gold baby potatoes. Typically this recipe calls for half and half, but as it's going to be vegan, I'm substituting some coconut cream with a little bit of oat's milk. Then we're going to have some vegan butter. And then the recipe also usually calls for an egg yolk. So here I'm going to be using an egg replacer, and I'm going to be using a little extra water as I want it to be a little more runny. That's definitely like an egg yolk consistency. And then of course also some more salt and pepper to taste. Okay, so you say you want to go to culinary school, but you can't even put a knife in its sheath. Can you even do anything right? Okay, so now that we've got all of our ingredients together, we can go ahead and get started. So we're going to start by boiling the potatoes, and we're going to boil them long enough until they are tender to crush with a fork. Now, some people will want to peel their skins. I actually really enjoy the skins, and so we're actually going to leave them on there for the crust. It's the nutritious part of the potato, but comment down below if you don't like skins. And then while that goes on, we're going to go and prepare the filling. So the way that we prepare the filling is we're going to start with some oil, and then we're going to start with the onions and the carrots. We're going to let those cook for about maybe 3, maybe 4 minutes until they get a little bit of color in them. Then we're going to press the garlic over it and mince all that garlic over top. Then after that garlic goes for maybe about like a minute, we're going to go ahead and drop the mince in there and going to let that brown up and cook a little bit and toss that around. Now since we're not messing with actual meat here like a normal lamb like this is traditionally done with, it's not going to brown or like cook off as much juices as a normal lamb will, so you will have to add a little bit of water when you go to add your flour in order to create that kind of like gravy sauce kind of mixture. Now after you've let that flour and water cook for a little bit, what you're going to go ahead and do is then we're going to add the rest of the components to the sauce, which is going to be your herbs, the rosemary and the thyme, and then you're going to add the veggie stock with the turmeric and the nutritional yeast, and then you need to add your sauces, which is going to be the vegan Worcestershire sauce and the soy sauce if you happen to be a little low on the Worcestershire. Then after that we're going to go ahead and add the tomato paste, go ahead and mix all that up together, put the lid on and turn it down to low after it comes to a boil. Honestly, about maybe 10 minutes, and during that time your potatoes should have been finished and you will want to prep those. Now with prepping the potatoes, what we're going to do is we're going to take them out after boiling. We're going to pour them through the colander or a strainer, whatever you're using, in order to take them out of the hot water. And then you're going to add your half and half, in my case, the coconut cream with a little bit of oat's milk, your butter, your salt, pepper, and your garlic. And you want to add that egg yolk replacer here. Now you're going to mix all of this up and let that whip up real nicely because it's going to make a really nice crust and help it actually really to brown when it's in there adding all of this. And then once that's all done and your filling is completely done and cooked through, you're pull that out, and you're going to make a layer of the filling in your container, and then you're going to put the potatoes on top and make sure to press the edges so that nothing boils out or cooks out over top of the potatoes. Then you're just going to pop that in the oven, which you've been preheating at 400 degrees, and then just let that cook for maybe about 30 minutes or until there's actually some visible browning on top of the potatoes, and then you're all done. Just go ahead and take that out, let it cool for a little bit, and then serve, and you got yourself a really nice, delicious vegan shepherd's pie. How's it going? Thanksgiving's over, and now we're gonna go ahead and sit here, have a bowl of it, and let's talk about how the dish came out. So, to start things off, let's go ahead and I'll actually come up here and show you all what the dish actually looks like when it's in a bowl. So, we got the potato crust right here, and right all in here is that nice filling that I put a little extra on the outside so I could show y'all a really good bit of it. You got everything kind of pretty well through there in a pretty good ratio. You got a good bit of the veggie meat, which is definitely how a shepherd's pie is supposed to be with the meat. And then you just got those veggies through there. You got your carrots, you got your corn, you got your green beans, you got your peas. You got a little bit of everything with each bite. Now, the dish definitely did really well on Thanksgiving. We had a lot of food there, so it was hard and actually near impossible to think that we were going to go through this whole thing. But let's go ahead and take a bite and talk about how this really tastes, because it smells delicious. It's so good. That rosemary just really comes through it just so much. And in this round, me making it, because I've only made it one other time, like I said earlier. My first time making it, I did not use the turmeric or the nutritional yeast, but I can definitely tell a difference with it this time. Just the flavor is just so much better and more through it than just using the normal veggie stock. It just really, like, it's a shepherd's pie. There's no getting around it. It's, even looking at it, that looks like a shepherd's pie. It doesn't look vegan just looking at it or eating it or smelling it. And that was definitely, to the surprise of everybody at Thanksgiving dinner and the Friendsgiving that I brought it to as well, because they didn't expect it to be. I just got some of that potato. It's so good. Because like usually whenever I do these recipes and end up substituting coconut cream for half and half, it does make it very coconutty. That's why I like to cut it with a little bit of like the oats milk or even like some water sometimes. But even though I did that in my first time of making this batch here, the potatoes, not even really like any hint of coconut anywhere. It's very lightly on the back end of it, and it just complements it so well. That like slight bit of like nutty sweetness almost is the best way like I think of the way the coconut cream cooks into the potatoes, and it's just delicious. It complements it so well, and it's just overall just a really good dish. And I haven't eaten anything today, so this is my lunch. Can I help you? I am doing a video. I am trying to eat. Delicious. I hate myself for doing that. I'm a closed mouth eater, so it's like having my mouth open there really kills me. Yeah, as you can see, I've like demolished this thing just while sitting here. And let's show you all how much exactly is left from Thanksgiving. Because like I said, we didn't go through a good bit of it, but we went through about half of it, which for Thanksgiving and bringing a dish, I feel like that's pretty good, because that's not a whole lot of leftovers. That's probably, I mean, I could probably finish all these leftovers, everybody here at the house, and bring them to some friends by the end of the week, which is how quickly we should probably eat this anyway. But it's just so good. There's absolutely, honestly, I don't think there's anything else that I off the top of my head could do to improve this recipe. But if you guys have any suggestions, definitely go ahead and leave them for me down in the comments below. I would definitely love to know if even you have any vegan recipes, or even any recipes you want me to attempt to try and make for this channel, or even recipes that you want me to try to make vegan. Go ahead and shoot them over, put them down in the comments below, and I'll trust me, I will get to them. And I want to really do this and do a lot more food videos, because this is fun and I absolutely love cooking. It brings me so much joy to see just the faces on people when you feed them a good meal, and just like the effect that a really well cooked meal just has on the overall like energy and just the way that somebody is in that moment. It's just, food really brings people together in a way that's also similar but different to like music and art, and I am so happy to be going into culinary and to just like be more solid in my direction that I'm going, and I think food is really going to be a great thing for me and this channel down the line. So again, guys, if you have any suggestions, definitely throw them down in the comments below. I really appreciate y'all watching, especially if you made it this far in the video. Go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and go ahead and subscribe. Hit that bell if you want to be notified every time I upload a video. And again, from the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate every single one of you who has stuck with me through all of the lack of uploading, through my different phases of like doing vlogs and like commentary and other things like that, like very lightly at that, but I want to get back into all those things, and this is, I think, a really good start to remotivate myself and get myself back in the swing of things. So, thank you all so much. I really appreciate it. I'll see you all next video. Bye. Dude, I need some more of this shepherd's pie, like ASAP.